Yo, what up? It's J-Hen. Right now, you're listening.
All Wax the Podcast, baby.
All Wax the Podcast, right here in San Antonio, Texas. Number one podcast.
Like a drunk, I ain't scared of it. I put it on Chuck. You a bitch ass punk. In the NFL with scares and the type looking like it's a bitch.
All right, my next guest tonight is the real deal in the comedy world. He's hit every stage across the country with Fluffy, providing he can stand toe-to-toe with any and every comedian in the game. He's paved the way for a whole new generation of Mexican comics, including his own son, Hooter Moreno, to follow his footsteps. He recently made the move to San Antonio, Texas, and he's already put in a stamp on his city by hosting the Not Your Taco Tuesdays once a month right here at the LOL and building something special and local for the local comedy scene. And if that's not enough, on December 31st, he's closing out the year right away with not one, but two shows at the LOL Comedy Club right here in San Antonio, Texas. Please welcome to the podcast, Martin Moreno and special guest, Fluffy! Hold up!
Wow.
The more excited you got, the more you sounded like Bubba Gump.
Hold up!
What an intro, brother.
Yeah.
If you want Martin Moreno and Fluffy on the podcast, give me a hell yeah! Hold up, man. I'm so excited for you guys to be here. Martin, for one, man, I went to your absolute your first Not Your Taco Tuesday, and I was talking to Hooter about this. I'm not kidding. You gave me goosebumps that night. And I don't know if this was like planned.
Bro?
Yeah, no shit, right?
Where'd you touch him?
It might have been the baby oil.
I don't know if you guys like planned this, if you scripted it, or if it was right off the top of the head, but you were at the very end of the show, you said, you know what? I know a lot of people have been moving to Texas. You know, Joe Rogan has brought in a plethora of comics in Austin. Stay in Austin. I'm here, San Antonio, Texas. I promise you, I'm going to pave a way, create a comedy scene right here in San Antonio, Texas. I got you. Let them be weird over here. San Antonio, I got you. And I remember thinking to myself, like, God damn, this is going to be a big deal. And you had a crazy lineup then. And I've been to like 4 of those shows. And from there, you've had Fluffy on. You've had your son on. You've gave local comedians like Josh Nieto on, maybe Pat, I forget who else, but like one of my favorites, like I just told you, Alfred Robles on. One of Flaw's favorites, John Gonzalez on. Polar Bear. Like you guys are creating a wave right here in San Antonio, Texas. And as a city, man, we can't thank you enough because you guys kind of came out of nowhere and started fucking shit up.
I appreciate that love, but to be fair, San Antonio has put their stamp on comedy long before Martin Moreno ever got here. I mean, you guys had the originators of the first Latino Laugh Festival was in San Antonio. If I'm not mistaken, that was in the late 90s. And so there was a huge wave here, and you've got your own, a ton of talent here. I think that it's everybody always gets excited with the new,
right?
But I think it's fair to give props to all the dudes that came, and did it for a very long time. The Rick Gutierrez's of the world, the Cleto Rodriguez. Oh my God! Just you could keep going with that list. And so I think that it's nice to be mentioned like that. I appreciate it, and now that is my goal, to create a scene here. It's people love to laugh, and you don't have to go far. You can come right here to the LOL Comedy Club. And fortunately, we've had some really talented comedians. Yeah, huge names come in and just crash the show, and it is special. I always, Gabriel Iglesias has crashed the freaking show.
Right.
And so we've been doing them now for about a year. About a year.
You can tell I wasn't meant to be on this show because I got this mess handheld. My chair's para la chingada, but it's okay.
He's floating over there.
Okay, man, I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, no, Fluffy, for one, I want to give you your flowers
Talk
too.
about how you found us in the parking lot.
Okay, so
a lot of people don't realize this is not a regular studio. This is It looks like a church from the street. It looks like a church.
Well, it is a church.
It's an old church.
We drove past it. Clearly, God didn't like this one. So well, we drove around the block and we were trying to find it. And like, I think this is it. And we pulled in the parking lot and then he called you.
So I just actually got done wrapping up another podcast. And during this podcast, I text a 310 number and I said, it's called The Parish. It's an old church. I thought I was texting you.
Mm-hmm.
You were texting me back and we were going back and forth. And then you're like, hey, I'm here. I wrap it up. I went to go get you. Bro, if anybody knows me, I don't have my glasses on. I'm blind as a bat. I walk outside and I see Martin. He's like, hey. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Martin's here. And I see another male figure and I'm like, all right, he's bringing somebody else with him. And I'm walking. I'm like, what the fuck? It's kind of rainy right now. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I'm looking. I'm like, oh, shit. It's motherfucking Fluffy here. And what makes it even crazier is just 5 minutes prior, we were doing like an end of the year podcast recap, what to look forward to in 2026. And I created a 5 like potential wish list of guests that I want to be on the podcast in 2026. Fluffy was on my list and he basically was like, yeah, oh, thanks, man. Christmas came early and I was like, oh shit.
You know what's crazy? Gabriel literally just flew into town a few hours ago. He just flew into town. We were talking and I told him I was going to come do a podcast. And this is how much he never stops, right? He goes, you mind if I crash it with you?
Fuck.
Like, first of all, what do you mean do I mind if you crash it with me?
You're not crashing.
You're not crashing shit.
Well, he couldn't miss out on this opportunity is what I'm thinking he thought.
You know what I mean? But no, it just goes to the point where it's like there's no days off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a lot of people that look and think, oh, this person got lucky, this person got that. But there's a reason this man is selling out arenas around the planet. You know, not just in the United States of America, but around the world. And it's because of the discipline to always keep going and always keep moving and just never stopping. You know, it doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen by luck. It doesn't happen because the powers that be said this is the next guy. Where a lot of people think that somebody picks you or something like that. It's freaking blood, sweat, and tears and hard work. And again, just to your credit, getting off a plane and coming here, a lot of motherfuckers would just been like, hey, man, I'm just going to go to sleep, enjoy your podcast.
Fluffy, be honest. When you heard it was on Wax the Podcast, did you say to yourself, like, there's no way I can miss this opportunity?
So when Martin when I heard the word wax, I immediately was like, I'm pretty sure I've been going back and forth with them online, which I don't know if it was with you.
It was with me, yes, sir.
Yeah, and then we have been talking about when can I possibly, do the podcast, and I just know that this year was really crazy, and so when I found out Martin was going, I'm like, oh well, this is
two birds, one stone, right?
Opportunity to just, if nothing else, if I'm not even going to crash the podcast, it's a great opportunity for at least for me to show up, introduce myself, say, hey man, let's
absolutely
plan out a date and figure things out. But the fact that I'm on the show now is like,
and what makes that so neat for someone like me is like you said, paving the way, right? Like this one episode can open up doors and create opportunities for me. So for both of you guys, man, thank you so much for being on. I must have wrote Fluffy like 5 or 6 times, and then I get a DM that said Fluffy on there. I was like, oh my God. Oh shit. I told Beans is probably, I've only told about 4 people in my life that he responded because I don't like to count my eggs, but my eggs before they
coming soon.
And he had told me like, I'm really busy throughout the end of the year. Like, yes, I'll get on, but it'd probably be like January, February timeframe. And so I was like, don't bank on it. Like, keep it in the back of your head. Definitely shoot the shot back, in January, but don't promote it.
I also know what it's like when someone strings you along.
Right.
Like, they just kind of just talking lip service and stuff like that. So I didn't want to come across that way either. Like, oh yeah, of course I'll do it. And then never show.
It meant the world to me. Thank you.
So for me, it's like, I thought it was cool that we could just, I could just pop in like this. Like, hey, I'm here. And thanks for letting me use your bathroom, by the way. A lot of cool, incredible plumbing here at the church.
Yeah, just an FYI, you can pop in anytime, bro.
And to your credit, your follow-up game is phenomenal. I went back on the DMs, and the first time you invited me is going to be a year ago in January. The first time you DM'd me was January 16th of 2025. So, and since then you followed up, and every time you hit me up, I was on the road or busy or something.
Yes,
and but yeah, no, I respect your hustle and your grind. I think that's what a lot of people lack is that, and I'm guilty of it. It's hard for me to have follow through, to just keep on and stay on top of shit. If I didn't have somebody making a call for me or following up for me, shit would never.
I'm the same way.
I'm a ball dropping motherfucker, bro.
If I didn't employ all these white people that make these calls for me, you know what I mean?
And steal your merch.
Yeah, no. Well, when you're a creative person, dotting I's and crossing T's is the last thing
For
from
sure.
your, like when I'll have an idea, and I'll be talking to my girl about it, and I'll say, blah, blah, and she says, well, what about blah, 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 and what about blah? I go, why are you fucking shitting on my shit? And she's not shitting on it. She's just saying, you have to do this and you have to do A and B and C in order to execute it. And I'm like, look, this is just the freaking creative planning stage. And I'm not going to share it to you with you no more because you shit on it, and blah, 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 yada, 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 yada. And it's not real right now. It's just a
He
thought.
sounded
Why
like
are
I
you
did when
shitting
I
on my
first started the
thought?
podcast.
Just tell me what I want to hear.
Right. Now, I hear you. And Fluffy, you could have bet your last goddamn dollar I was going to DM you in January and follow back up, goddammit. No, but seriously, man, you guys, I mean, are legendary. And I was listening, shout out to my good friends in California, the I Need a Freak podcast. And they had a pretty good intro for you as well.
They did.
And you said, like, I'm not used to like hearing these things. Like, and to me, that sounds crazy because you guys have both been doing this for over 20 years.
Yes.
And you have.
Sounds crazy, right?
Right. No, like for sure. Even longer than 20 years. I don't want to give y'all's age up. Probably 30 years. You know what I mean? Like, I know you started like in your 30s, right?
I was in my early 30s, yeah.
And just like where you are now and the growth, you guys are, I mean, I see you guys in Hawaii. You guys are traveling. Like, you guys bring the band with you. Like, it just looks like you guys are living an incredible life. You're filming a promo show about your shows on the 31st on the back of a boat, no shirt, just living, hair blowing in the wind. And I'm thinking to myself, like, these fucking guys.
I was in Thailand.
Oh, is that Thailand?
That was Thailand.
I just assumed time-wise it was Hawaii.
Yeah, I know what left Hawaii and went to Thailand. Was it cool to give you props on that trip?
Sure.
So a few months ago, I get a text message from Gabriel, and it says, "Hey man, do you and your girl want to go to Thailand? All expenses paid in December, no
Yes,
shows."
please.
And I was like, fuck yeah. And then I replied, and then I told my chick.
Right.
I'm like, it's not like I'm gonna ask her, hey, what do you think about no, if you don't want to go, I'm gonna fucking go. Like, ain't no goddamn fucking, let's talk about it.
Hey, I'm going to Thailand. Would you like to join me?
Exactly.
Right.
So I go, Gabe just invited us to Thailand. And she goes, yeah. And I go, yeah, I already told him, yeah. And so,
Was that your first time going?
to Thailand? Yes. And which was insane. It was originally supposed to be 5 couples.
Okay.
Yeah, total couples,
Right.
total couples trip. Everybody, they're significant.
Everybody had their significant other. Well, no, it was supposed to be four couples total, and then. But anyway, some stuff happened where Gabe couldn't make it. And. He's like,
you didn't get to go to your own trip.
I know. I didn't get to go on my own trip. So it was pretty crazy because we went to Hawaii first. I had
Right. Okay. I was trying to follow you guys. Yeah.
And we were there for a few days. And then the plan was to go from Hawaii to Thailand because it's already halfway there.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It's on the other side of the world. So like
Right.
you're talking about a 10+ hour trip.
Cut in half.
So
Right.
by putting Hawaii in there, leaving from Hawaii, it would have taken some of the time.
For sure.
Unfortunately, I had my dog. I got a new dog. And my dog goes everywhere with me. So I take that dog everywhere.
yeah, I do.
And so, unfortunately, from Hawaii, there was a pit stop in Japan. And then from Japan, it would have been from Japan to Thailand. And then another flight. But the airline said that my dog had to travel, be put in a crate, in a container, basically under the plane.
Oh shit.
And they said the dog can't travel in the cabin. And it's like, that was like a 9-hour flight. And I'm like, yeah, no, I can't do it.
What a man.
So I said, hey guys, have fun. I'll be in California.
Damn.
And so, yeah.
And I'm sure you had fun.
Bro, listen, we had to at that point. 'Cause it's like, you know what? You better have fun. And we made the best of it. If you know, I won't get too much into all the details, but it quickly became one of my favorite places on the planet. And you know, and look, you go to Bangkok, hookers and bars and all kinds of shit everywhere, right? And if that's what you're looking for, that's great. Now, the place that we ended up at was a place called Koh Samui, and it is just this other side of the country, and it's about an hour flight from Bangkok. It's imagine like the most beautiful tropical paradise, and yeah, there's hookers there too, and there's happy ending massages, and you know, there's all that shit. It's wherever you want it. Yeah, listen, there's plenty of opportunities, but there's also legitimate massages, and I got a massage every single day that I was there. No less than 90 minutes every single freaking time.
Nice.
One of them was a 4-hand massage, which I would recommend to any human being on the planet.
People with 4 hands over there?
Well, yeah, bro, it's insane. 2 heads, 4 hands, and so, but it is just so chill. The people are awesome. I love Thai food. Period.
Oh my god, what's your favorite Thai dish?
Oh, pad Thai.
Pad Thai.
Love the pad Thai.
Pad Wunsen. Oh,
what's that?
Pad Wunsen, the glass noodles.
Oh, and the sticky rice with mango. For dessert, forget about it.
Yeah,
homie. And but everything was delicious. Everything was awesome. And like I said, I've been fortunate enough because of traveling with Gabe that I've been to a big chunk. I've seen a big chunk of this planet. And this place quickly became near and dear to my heart, and I can't wait to go back.
I would love to. It's like if I had to pick a top 5 destination, it's easily there. But let's talk about this real quick.
Okay, wait a minute. First of all, you're on a roll. You picked top 5 guests, and it happened. So you just might as well put up your top 5 places.
2026
you might
Thailand, baby.
Yeah, you might fucking fuck around and end up with a ticket as soon as you walk out of here.
Baby. Yeah, I gotta go get a lottery ticket first.
No shit. So what? So you got Thailand. What are the other 4?
For sure, I like everything like South America. I think Costa Rica would definitely be Brazil. I think those 3 come to mind for sure. I just got off the flight like just a week ago to Puerto Rico. I couldn't believe how much I love Puerto Rico. It was so beautiful. My favorite city is Mexico City. I mean, have you guys been to Mexico City?
Yes,
I love Mexico City. That's probably still my favorite. Yeah, I'd say Costa Rica, Brazil for sure. I'm not a big cigar guy, but like the idea of a Cuban cigar in Cuba kind of intrigues me a little bit.
This guy's been to Cuba a few times.
I've been to Cuba a few times. Cuba is very sad. It's they are broke. There is no money. It's a sad situation.
Rolling cigars the entire day.
There's still cigars. There's cigars out there. I had a few Cubans that I brought.
Are they that much different than like?
They're smooth, bro.
Oh, okay.
They are smooth. Okay. They are good. And I'm not a cigar aficionado per se. I'll smoke a cigar here, and there. But I was in Cuba. Damn right, I'm going to get some cigars.
That's my point. It's like I feel like that's what you have to do.
For sure, absolutely.
Is it still the case they don't have modern cars there?
No. They actually do. All the old cars have modern engines in them. There's no way in how they could keep those things running with 1950s technology, right? So especially on an island with shit the way that shit just breaks down. So what happened was a lot of investors invested into these classic cars and turned them into taxis, but they have like brand new Honda engines in them or whatever. They'll make like, you know, the shell of it is classic and badass, but the freaking the pinchy huesos and the system is all brand fucking new.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
You guys, man, like it literally is inspo for sure, right? Like you guys are going everywhere, traveling everywhere. The crowds seem to be amazing, man. No matter where you go, it just seems like a sold out show. I look at it, I'm like, man, like this literally is like the definition of hard work. Like you said, you I'm sure both of you, when you first started, it was a struggle. And me and Flaws were talking about like what happens when you guys don't get or what happens when you didn't get the results that you guys were looking for, you know, whether you were doing an open mic or you had your first venue and it didn't, you know, get the ticket sales. How do you guys both continue to stay on track and just kind of believe in yourself?
I don't think I had any expectations in the beginning. I was just happy to be performing. So there wasn't like this is going to become this or this is going to become that. It was just like, let me let me go do my thing and hope the show goes well. And if something comes from it, something comes from it. But there was no like planning in there. And I think that's why, things worked out the way that they did, because I think that if I put too much planning into it, I would have messed things up. It was just pretty much like, well, one thing led to another thing, which led to another thing, which led to another thing. I always feel like, if you just stay home, you're going to stay home. But if you take a chance on something tonight, this is a golden opportunity.
I agree.
Come out and hang out, and you don't know what's going to come from this. And if something does, cool. If something doesn't, but we've already made a connection,
Absolutely.
which I think is beautiful. And it's awesome. We're here hanging out at the church.
No, it's an interesting question that you said. Like, I feel that when you are on the path of what you're supposed to be doing, and what you're supposed to be doing is so, esoterical and philosophical in so many ways. What's my purpose, or what's my this? You could debate that till forever, right? But for Gabriel, he realized at a very young age, because you were what when you started? 20?
I was 20 years old when I started.
20 years old. So at 20 years old, he knew, this is what I want to do. There's a lot of 20-year-olds out there that know what they want, but they're doing what they think they have to do. Correct. So per se, I have to go to college. I have to do this. ¿Cómo vas a hacer eso? That's not going to pay the bills. You got to do this. You got to do this. So there's a lot of us that get stuck on stupid for a long time. And what ends up happening is, for me anyway, there was a lot of things that I did. I did a lot of things. I feel like I have a million lives, but everything that I attempted to do, I was successful at it to an extent, but then a door would close, and then I'd get pushed in another direction. Now I'm going to do this thing. Now I'm going to do this thing. And it seemed like all kinds of doors kept closing until I started comedy. And again, I started comedy, I think I was 31 years old when I started. All of a sudden, doors just started opening. It wasn't like I had a plan. It wasn't like I knew this is what you do. I started meeting people. And things just started happening. Right. So I feel that when you are in the direction of where you're supposed to be going, the right opportunities happen, and the doors will start opening, and you're not beating your head against the wall anymore. And it takes. Some people never do it. Some people are still hitting their head against the wall. They're freaking 50 years old right now, wondering why they're not happy with their freaking house, their freaking fat wife, and their 3 kids.
Right. I was.
Ooh, I said fat wife. Cancel me. Cancel me. She's hot, bro.
Thick with 3 C's.
I'm sure you're happy.
Thick with 3 C's. There's this. We have this comic in San Antonio. Her name is Chona E.
Ooh.
And you know Chona?
I've heard the name. I don't know her, but I know her.
Well, I think she just got.
I don't know her personally, I should say.
Okay. She's with LRM Management, and they have Concrete, Duno, all these comedians from California. And we were having a talk on the podcast about how inspirational it is, even for her. She's in her 40s, I believe. And how this door just recently opened up for her, because she's been a comic for so long, doing social media and reels and skits, and she hadn't had that opportunity hit. And then it must have been one reel or one opportunity, one door open. And man, now she's touring in LA, and she's here and she's there, and she just seems to be like flourishing in life. And I remember telling her that same thing with you guys. Like, I just turned 38 last week, and you've all been 38, right? Like it feels like I'm getting old, and maybe this isn't for me. But you see people later down the line, like you said, you started comedy in 31.
Yeah,
doors open, and now look at you're at fucking Thailand.
If you're an asshole right now in your late 20s and you're about to have your 30th birthday and you're buying black balloons, stop it.
There you go.
Yeah, bro, those black 30. Oh my god. And then the other thing is that and everybody has that magical number 30, right? Where when you're in your late teens and then into your 20s, you're like, well, by the time I'm 30, I'm gonna blah 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 blah. You have this fucking list of things that you think you're gonna achieve, and then life slaps you across the freaking face,
right?
And you get tossed in a million directions. And it's good to plan. Don't get me wrong, it's good to plan, but you also have to be like Bruce Lee said. Be Wata, my friend.
Be water,
You
my
got
friend.
to be
I like
water.
that. Yeah.
You got to be water. You put, he said you put water in a
I love
glass.
that you use the accent.
It became.
Be water.
Does that make it racist?
now we're teetering. But they all say when they say something wise, bro. It's not gonna be wise if it doesn't.
But in San Antonio, we say
Oh yeah, that's a Tejano freaking chingadera. But yeah, you have to be ready to flow with shit, and you can't get angry. There's people that get so angry when shit doesn't go the way. But I said I was gonna bluff, it's like, bro.
Be easy with
Go
yourself.
with the flow.
Be flexible with yourself.
Be flexible with yourself. Be forgiving with yourself.
Because to your point, you have 1,000 lives. Like things can go in different directions. You never know when it's gonna hit.
All the time.
And when it hits, like you're thankful. But to my point, like I said, without making it seem like I'm some old man, but like even at 38, like you kind of wonder, like, am I doing this with a purpose? But you guys and Shona, and there's other people that I can insert blank. You let me know, like, man, there's still plenty of time. And, with where I'm at in my job, right? Like I'm financially stable enough to go to Puerto Rico and next year, Thailand. But like you go to these different places and live these experiences. To your point, like when I was 30, I wasn't able to do that. And these doors are opening up, and it's really beautiful that you get these opportunities. You get to sit down with people like yourself and talk to you guys, and you're living proof of like why anybody should never quit on whatever they want to do, no matter what passion it is.
Agreed. And there's going to be ups and downs, good days, bad days. There's going to be moments where it's like you're just going up, and all of a sudden it's plateaued. Like you're like, what happened?
Right.
And it's just, you just got to stay the course.
And enjoy it. So, I think the most important part is to enjoy it. Lately I've been on this big time kick, and this is a really, like, I don't know, I'm gonna rock the boat, but fuck it, let it rock. I've never been a fan of.
Hold on, before you rock the boat, hey, another soda right now? I already know where this is going.
I've never been a fan of therapy.
Okay.
I've never been a fan of therapy. I feel like this is, if people that tell me, well, we're going to try to work it out, so we're going to go to couples therapy, and literally couples therapy teaches you how to break up amicably.
I agree.
Is what a lot of couples therapy
more,
do.
actually, right?
And so nice. But I think a lot of people spend out. And look, some people, do they need therapy? Absolutely. Do they need to deal with trauma? Absolutely. But I think that too many people stay stuck on it, right?
Right.
Now, the
like
reason
that's your only answer.
And the reason that we even have therapy is because Sigmund Freud, who's the father of psychology, was, he created psychoanalysis, and believing that, first of all, this guy said a lot of crazy shit. So Sigmund Freud. He believed that if you're a woman and you don't have an orgasm through penetration, you're frigid. And if you use your clit for an orgasm, you're cheating. You're supposed to only come when a guy fucks you, which is crazy talk, which has been debunked.
For sure.
A lot of his theories have been debunked, right? But this psychoanalysis shit where it's like, you have to go back to your trauma. And he equates everything with sex, even in the kid level. He calls the oral fixation, the phallic fixation, and then he goes into the Oedipus complex where every chick wants to fuck her dad. And then they said that was because he was making excuses for all the people that were fucking with kids. And so they justified it through a psychological term. And so a lot of controversy. There was another psychologist at the time, not to just beat a dead horse here, but there was another psychologist who said, hey man, no, you do not need to live in the past. Fuck it. It's over. Let's focus on here and what's coming next. Stop dwelling on the bullshit that happened. It's not going to serve you.
Go.
You're creating that. You're reliving that. You're giving it validity. Not only that, you're paying for that shit.
That's where I'm at.
And so they told him, no, you shut the fuck up. There's no money in that. And so they went with Freud. And that's why we have therapy today. Listen, if you invested those hours of therapy into what's going to happen tomorrow, guess what? Tomorrow might be a badass fucking day. You know how many hours you spent? And again, I know that people are going to say, no, Martin, you don't understand listen, everybody goes through trauma. I wish my freaking sisters, Nino, wouldn't have fucking grabbed my dick. But you know what I told them? Let that shit go. And everybody else, you need to let that shit go too.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, stop living there. focus on freaking tomorrow.
I agree.
And put those hours into your future, not into your past. And not alone pay for it? The fuck are you talking about?
That same type of passion is what I heard on Not Your Taco Tuesday in January of last year.
And you're going to hear it on the 31st for 2 freaking shows.
Question, wait, let go of the trauma or let go of your penis?
Yeah, that's
I told no. I did tell him to let go. I told him let that shit go, motherfucker. And then I had to let it go.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, you know, he used to. But yeah, man, everybody has gone through shit. We all go through shit. It's called life, you know.
I hear you.
But to stay stuck on it is not helpful to anybody, you know. And if it's helping you, then I stand corrected.
I couldn't agree more with what you're saying.
I went through
seriously.
couples therapy and I still want to breaking up. So yeah, I appreciate it for what it was, which was an opportunity to learn to communicate in a different way.
Okay, that's fair.
So I did appreciate that, but you know, again, I'd rather open up on stage.
You go.
I'd rather take whatever I'm dealing with and make it magical by putting it out there for people to laugh and have fun with versus me just dwelling and staying at home.
So, how did you guys link? You started comedy later.
We're not
You
dating or nothing.
I said link.
There was an app.
Hey, but quick funny story.
It was on MySpace.
No, quick funny.
Chorizo lovers.
No, hey, it's funny that word triggered you to say that. I was driving with my daughter, and some guy called me about the podcast. I was like, "Oh yeah, we'll link later." And she's like, "Dad, don't ever say that again." She's 15, and I was like, "Why not?" She's like, "It sounds gay," and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
If she's 15, she should be on board with gay.
Yeah, she probably is.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm really rocking the boat.
No, but how did you guys like?
We're gonna cancel your daughter for that.
Well, no, I want this to be a 2-part question. How did you guys, work together, partner up, but also,
Partner up sounds even more like
Brokeback Mountain. Brokeback Mountain. Okay, but also to progress the question, what made San Antonio the location from Cali? Because y'all met in California, I'm sure, worked in California for sure, built that friendship in California for sure, and then you guys came to San Antonio. How did you guys meet? How did you guys decide
There's a
San
lot going
Antonio?
on there. Okay, so as far as when we first met, it was the Odyssey, right?
Yes.
There was a comedy show happening at the Odyssey in California. It was like an event center type of place.
Okay.
They have quinceañeras, weddings, and stuff like that. And there was a comedy show, and I think that's where we met.
That was the first time we met. Gabriel, I went to go check out that show. And, when you first start, you're trying to check out shows, trying to get stage time and stuff. And I saw Gabriel there, and then I recognized him because
Love at first sight.
at the time, my son was about 9. Hooter was about 9 or 10.
Okay.
And he was a fan of Gabe's, not because of comedy, but because he was on a show called All That on Nickelodeon.
I know all that.
So he was on All That.
I never knew you were on. Well, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I said, "Hey, man, my kid's a big fan," and he gave me a picture, an autographed picture for him. And then we ran into each other again at a VFW. Dude, those gigs were anywhere you could find stages where you would go, right? And so
Crazy part is none of them were comedy clubs. They were
none of them.
The DFW.
dive bars or
Gay club.
VFWs or freaking event centers. Always shows that someone had to create. It wasn't a comedy environment.
For that purpose, right?
A place that was meant for stand-up, but yeah.
But, and then, talk about grinding and being out there, right? Because after that show, I lived right down the street from that VFW. But after that show, I got in my car and drove to Montebello to another show at a place called Tortillas. And Gabe showed up to that and he goes, "Hey, didn't I just see you at this place and then at this place?" And at that time, believe it or not, you could count every single Latino comedian in the country there was less than 100 at the time.
Right.
From New York to Los Angeles and everything in between. Now there's 200 dudes that started tonight. And that's thank you to representation and people seeing, yeah, absolutely. People seeing that, hey, wait a minute, it can happen, it can be done. But at that time, there was 100 in the whole, that's nothing, bro. And we're talking open micers were on this list. guys that had just started, 2, 3, 4 years before that. And dead people were on the list. And guys that weren't doing comedy were on the list because that's how little there were. So if you started and you were even half funny, you were going to meet everybody that was anybody immediately. And
everybody knew everybody too. It's like,
like a small town kind of, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It was a small community, 1,000%. And so that's how we met and then started doing gigs. I mean, at first, Gabe was on tour with a bunch of other dudes and, I was just lucky to be getting guest spots here and there,
And then there was a television show, Que Locos. And I think that's after that show happened, that's when things just started,
Right.
Nice.
Changing up right there. It's like, I remember, God, it was probably 2000?
2000 was when Que Locos was hitting its peak.
Yeah.
And it, I don't know if you remember that show. It was on a cable station called Galavisión. And all the programming was in Spanish except for that show. That show was in English. And it was the #1 show, not just on that network, but for that time slot during that time. Everybody, and when I say everybody was watching this fucking show, everybody was watching this freaking show.
Also, too, because Galavisión at the time didn't have a lot of programming. So they reran, like it wasn't just a one slot deal.
Right.
They ran
reruns
this thing multiple times throughout the night. So chances are, if you were flipping through the channels, you'd come across it. And then they were always promoting it. So you'd see a commercial 5-6 times in 1 hour.
And you got to figure there's a ton of homes where a lot of times the kids are bilingual and the kids speak only English, but the parents speak Spanish and they're going to watch Spanish television. So if you're a kid, and I know that we grew up with Spanish television, the novelas and Sábado Gigante and Siempre en Domingo, that was always on the TV. So if you're a kid and your parents are watching Spanish TV and all of a sudden you hear a commercial with stand-up comedy, and at that time, now stand-up comedy, there's a shit ton of platforms. We're inundated with it. But back then, that was it. And you had to have HBO, which meant that you had money to pay for HBO, or you had to have Comedy Central. And at that time, Comedy Central didn't even have that much programming, I don't think. So there was nowhere really to catch stand-up unless you stayed up late night to watch Johnny Carson, and then he had a guest comedian on there. So you really rarely saw comedy. So when you did see it, and now you saw brown faces, bro, every freaking Latino kid in the country was watching that show because it was like, whoa, there's a guy making me laugh, and he's freaking one of mine.
Super relatable.
I'm hoping every brown kid watches this show here.
George Lopez. It launched a Fluffy. Before I even had the nickname, it was just there was a lot of guys that got a bump from that show.
Sure.
And this was on the heels of remember, like for me, I was always watching shows like on BET's Comic View because that was the only real show that I could see stand-up, or Def Comedy Jam. Def Comedy Jam was like once a week. Comic View was daily. And then, HBO had their run where they tried to do a show similar for Latinos called Loco Slam. And they had Carlos Mencia hosting that. But then for some reason, Que Locos just was lightning in a bottle, man, because they were showing it all the time and everybody wanted to do the show. And once everybody realized how popular it was, are you kidding me? There was a line a mile long of comments.
And you guys both got to do it?
Yes.
But here's the other side of that. Usually when you have a television show where you are showcasing comedians, it's usually up and coming comedians that you're showcasing. The difference with Que Locos is there had never been a show to showcase Latino comedians. So these were polished comedians
that were finally getting their break.
Who were finally getting the break, but they're not showcasing their first 10 minutes.
As if they were, though, right?
But now they're coming with their chingazos, right? Where it's like they've been grinding. This isn't a
polished acts.
Yes, these were, and so every episode you were getting guys that were killing.
And that would make even more exposure because these people are like, holy shit, did he just start? Did he just, oh man, this guy's really good.
Yes,
imagine him in 5 years.
These are people that they've never heard of, who all of a sudden just slamming it. You're giving a guy who's been doing an hour material for freaking 15, 20 years, and all of a sudden he's got got to do a 10-minute set, bro. He's
Cake.
gonna destroy
Cake,
it. It's like
right.
it's talk about going back to high school.
Shooting
When
fish
what
in
you
a
know,
barrel, man.
correct?
Yeah.
Now the exception was Gabriel. He had just started, but he's one of those phenoms that just was fucking funny from the get.
Right.
You know. But again, a lot of the people that you saw on there had been people that had been working their craft for many years. Every episode was a banger.
Nice. I love that, man. And how did
So that was the first question.
yeah? And how did
It was 7 questions in
Yeah,
that.
that was
it was fucking 2.
wow.
It was 2. And how did you guys decide that San Antonio was y'all's next spot?
So we've been coming here for a very long time, and I've made it very public over the years that San Antonio is one of my favorite places in the world. You know, not just as a city, but the people, the food, the vibe. It feels so comfortable here. It feels really good. And you know, I'm a California guy, as Martinez.
Say well to you, right?
Martin grew up in Wilmington. I grew up in Long Beach, right? Like literally right over the bridge.
Right next door.
Next
Yeah.
door to each other. And so I had been seeing some stuff online about properties, real estate. And I saw this amazing house that was up on the mountain, up on the hill. And it was beautiful. It was one of those, like, as you know, it looked like the opening scene to Lion King, where everything the light touches. No, but I'm saying, like, you could just see everything from up on
Right.
top. So we went up there, and real estate guy took us up there. Real cool guy. 9 acres, incredible house. It was so huge, and then the guest house was huge.
The guest house was bigger than most people's house.
And it was a fraction of probably what you were paying in LA.
Well, and not only that, but it was a thing where when I was there and I saw it, I loved it. It was beautiful, but I said, who's going to take care of all this? Like, who's going to cut the grass? Who's going to clean it? It was too much. And then I made a comment to the real estate agent. His name's Ryan, cool dude. He goes, what'd you think? I go, it's beautiful, man. I love it. He goes, well, and I go, I said, I would much rather buy a bunch of small houses next door to each other and move all my friends in there than be here.
Are you guys
said
fucking neighbors?
I said it as just like a thing, but when I said it, I'm like,
Hold on. We're on to something.
so, you know, I'll let Martin finish that one.
Yeah, next thing you know, he hits me up and he goes, hey, man, because at that time, I was looking for a place out in the desert in California because California is just so freaking unaffordable.
Right.
And he goes, hey, let me know when you find a place. I'll help you. I'll help you out. You know, you'll get in and I'll make sure that you have what it takes to get in there, right? Which is like fucking awesome. And so then all of a sudden he goes, hey, man, I know that you've been looking, but you know, I got a few houses and I was wanting to know if you wanted to go to Texas. I was like, the fuck? He goes, I want to hook you up with a pad. I'm like, bro, and then he goes, and I know how important family is, so bring your family. And I'm like, wow, bro, you know what I mean? Like, not only did he say, hey, here's a vacation in Thailand and stay at a fucking fancy ass villa and get 4-hand massages.
Oh my God.
No,
I need a fucking dog sitter. Is what I'm telling you, bro.
But here's the thing. You know what's crazy about that is that I've known Gabriel now for over 20 years, the 20 plus years. So closer to 30 than it is to 20, and I've seen the stuff that he's done for people during that time. Yeah, myself included. No, for sure.
Right.
And when I see people say things like, well, what are you doing for the raza? What do you do for the people? I was like, yo, man, just because he's not blasting, like those assholes that go on social media.
to post,
Hey, homeless guy, look, let's film me giving you this Big Mac. Show people
We
how
know a
hungry
few
you are.
people.
So, here. Okay, now we're filming. How grateful are you that I gave you this? And they
know
do
exactly
that
what
for the clout. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like, oh, this shit broke down and here I'm helping rebuild it. And the people that have the most to say are the people that are just doing it for the
Quiet,
clicks.
right, yeah.
But the people that do it behind the scenes because they don't want props, that's the people like Gabriel. And those are the people that really make a difference in people's lives.
You looking for a best friend, Gabriel? No, man, but serious to God, bro. Like, you should know what you're doing is life changing.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Right. Like,
absolutely.
you need to like go to bed tonight and realize like you're a good fucking dude. You're doing all the right things and you're changing people's lives. That's all I want to say.
You know, when you think about, a lot of comics in the past, especially Latino comics, I don't want any other Latino acts on the bill. And I'm not going to name names or anybody. That's not what we're here for. That's what we're here to do.
Yeah. But you want to shake the boat or not? God damn it.
But
we're not gonna name any
Martin's been doing this thing lately where he goes, I got this spoon, watch me stir shit. I'm like, well, as soon as I see him do this, I go, oh shit. He goes, here I come. I'm going to stir it.
Scratch that off the agenda. No, I'm kidding.
But they said, you know what? I want to be the only Latino on here. I want to be the only one doing these jokes. I want somebody that's white and somebody that's black, and this is going to be an all raza crowd. And when I go out there, I'm going to fucking smash and be the king of the goddamn jungle. And from day one, Gabe's brought out brown people. He's brought out other people,
Right,
black comedians, white comedians. He mixes it up. But he's given more opportunities to Latinos than anybody that came before him. And actually, I'll throw Carlos in that mix. Carlos did it as well. Carlos did have some Latinos in his show when he was at the top of his game. But even now, with the success that he's had, every once in a while, he'll bring a dude on the road that's either just starting or just getting a break out there, and he'll interject it, and he wants them to see, hey, look, man, I know that what you're doing is great, but it can get like this.
Right.
He's brought out the Jerry Garcias of the. I know you had Jerry on here.
I love Jerry, right.
Concrete's been out there. Polar Bear has been out there. Luz Pasos, very funny comedian. And the list goes on and on and on, and it's all these, and he's not blasting it. He's like, right. Hey, look at me helping all these. Hey, Latino comedian, tell everybody how I helped you.
Hey, it's Fluffy, if you want to blast this shit, feel free. Nah, man, but seriously, like, that's fucking awesome, man.
You know what? I love it because y'all have mentioned this several times in this podcast. Like, it's the barrier to entry to comedy is very low. Like, anybody can get in and try to do it, right? And a lot of established comedians don't like that because they're like, it's oversaturated. There's too many of us here. And it doesn't matter because the talent bubbles to the top most of the time, right? Everybody has to get a break. But what I love seeing was Fluffy on Kill Tony. Because
oh my God,
you're giving amateurs who have never fucking done anything like real advice that they can use, and it's like you're not cracking on them, and it's great to see that, right? To let them get cracked on. It's great to see that, but it's also great to see an established legendary comedian come in and say, "Hey man, you did great here. Here's what you can tweak there. Here's what you can tweak there," and it's genuine shit. It's not like I'm talking down, I'm big broing you. I'm on your level. I'm a human being, man. And I appreciate seeing that, bro.
Thank you. I was actually really scared to do Kill Tony because, I don't like roasting.
Yeah.
I'm like, for me, I like watching it. Mm-hmm. I just don't want to be involved in it. So I've turned down opportunities to roast.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the guy that attacks, and I don't want to get shit on either.
Yeah.
Because, I've heard every fat joke already. So I'm like, I'm good. Yeah. But Tony reached out to me. We actually ran into each other at a WWE event.
Oh shit!
We were at the Moody Center in Austin for I think it was Friday Night SmackDown, and he came up and he's like, "Hey man," I go, "Hey, we recognize each other. We've talked over the years," and he goes, "Hey man, I'd love to have you on the show," and I'm like, cool. And I'm like, well, I'm around this week. And it was basically, I saw him on Friday, and that Monday I was on the show. And I told him, I go, hey, look, man, because obviously I hadn't seen the show enough to really understand that he does help.
Yeah.
He does encourage.
Oh, man, he makes some big breaks.
Yeah.
He's great.
Oh, yeah.
He has a great combination.
He's launched some careers.
100%.
So it's like, hey, man, look, just, follow my lead. Let them know if they're doing good, awesome. If they're doing bad, try to give them some constructive criticism. But we want everybody to do well. And when he told me that, I felt really good.
Wow.
So once the show started kicking off, I'm like, all right, here we go.
He set you up for that.
He set me up for that because at first I felt like I don't want to. I don't want to.
I have to be mean because that's the format.
And I think that people think that that's what you have to do,
Right.
but
I don't.
and you don't.
No, you just got to go and be you. And I think that's what people saw. Like you're watching the comments here, and people were like, "Dude, Fluffy is actually a good fucking dude." And it's different than, when people come on because it's like they're like, oh, I got to put on this act. I got to be the roaster now.
Well, that authenticity is the reason why that you're saying this right now.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you came from a different perspective. You came with a different approach. You gave some real advice that helped these people out. And like I said, it's full circle with who you are as an individual, man. And what, like I said, the entire, what everyone's saying about you. You just helped me out. You've helped him out. You've helping comics out on Kill Tony, man. You're a good dude. And
there's plenty for everyone.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
There's plenty for everyone.
I agree.
And when you say that, people say, oh, there's too many, there's this, it's saturated. You know what? There's millions of people out there, and your brand is going to touch, maybe it's not going to touch thousands, but it'll touch a few hundred.
Right.
It'll touch a few, tens of 20s or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Whoever it is that it's going to touch, it's going to resonate with them.
Right.
And that's the crowd those are the people that you want. You don't want people to come because you're putting on this freaking act.
Right.
He's genuine to who he is.
That'll
to
burn
his
out
brand.
quick. Right.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, but when you're like, listen, Bill Cosby was the family guy forever. And then later on, we find out, hey, he had some skeletons.
Yeah.
And
He was a family guy till he wasn't.
He was a family guy until he wasn't, and eventually who you are comes out.
Right.
You who you are is who the fuck you are. And that's it. And you can't run from it. You
Fluffy,
can't pretend.
I forgot that I actually built you an agenda for when we were going to talk. And what you just said made me ask this question. You had posted a video with you and John Cena. How did you feel about the retirement match? How did you feel about him retiring?
Man,
you got to see him.
You really want to go there?
I mean, I need content. No, I'm kidding. No, but seriously, how did you feel about the match?
I'm the last one wearing jorts now.
Wow.
I love jorts.
I love jorts. Yeah.
He took them off?
No, I've had the opportunity to watch John Cena wrestle so many times over the years, multiple WrestleManias, him against The Rock, him against everybody, wins, losses, title changes, and then I got to do a movie with him, which was really cool.
Oh shit!
A lot of people don't know that one. I did a movie with John Cena. It was a
what kind of movie?
called Ferdinand.
Okay, I've seen Ferdinand. Yeah, what the
John
fuck?
Cena's the bull.
The bull, right?
And I played Hedgehog.
Oh my god, my kids love Ferdinand. Yeah,
It was cool because then once the movie came out, we got to go on a press run and we did all these different talk shows together.
so that's how y'all became.
That for me was so cool, was hanging out with John doing press for all these, for the movie.
Man,
And super nice, very every time we do a show, he'd say, hey man, thank you for taking time to help promote the movie. It helps all of us. And I'm
right?
like, oh my God.
Of course. Yeah.
And he knows I'm a huge fan. He did a movie called Jackpot, and there was a red carpet for it and everything. And I showed up there. It was I think on Netflix, and I showed up dressed as John Cena. So I showed up with the shirt,
my god!
the wristbands, the hat, the championship belt.
You start rapping?
No, but I was just there, I'm a fan, and
Right.
people are kind of looking at me like, well, what's going on here? And I'm like, well, if you're a real fan and you know,
right?
then you'd appreciate it. And so I was doing interviews, and John's walking the red carpet, and he saw me, and I didn't even wave. He just saw me, and then he beeline straight to me.
I love that.
And he's
I
like,
fucking
hey, man,
love
thanks
that.
for always being so supportive. And we took some pictures. He signed my jorts, and I thought that was really, really cool. And then his third to last match.
There he is.
Oh, whoa!
Dude.
Oh,
You're
shit!
good.
Yeah. With John Cena, you can't see him.
You can't see
He's right there. He's right there.
Oh shit! That's great.
So on a few weeks ago, and you know what that?
Oh shit!
Fake that, man. I'm just cheesing. I'm happy. I was there.
But you're a true fan, though, man. That's what's dope. Yeah, I mean, about the whole wrestling thing.
So that's
right.
why people ask me about what I thought about that last thing. Like, as a fan, I would have loved to have seen him leave with a win, but I already know that that's not the way it works.
Right. They showed a list of big names that lost on their last match. All of them. Right. It's crazy.
That's the way it's supposed to be. Whether you're Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, You know, I was there to see Ric Flair on his technically last match in WWE when Shawn Michaels beat him. That was so emotional. I wanted something more like that, where it's like you can see Shawn Michaels saying the words like "I'm sorry,"
and then drops him with the kick.
Dropped him, freaking pinned him, and then hugged him after. And you're like, "Oh my God, why am I crying?" And you know, matches like that, or something like when Undertaker broke the streak. I was there for that. I was in New Orleans and I saw that, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" And you see that one guy in the front who's like,
I don't know how many times I'm going to be able to get you in this chair, so I'm going to ask, what'd you think about the Montreal Screwjob? That's my favorite storyline in wrestling, period.
That goes to the point where Brett didn't want to do what everyone else does. You're supposed to lose at the end.
Correct.
If you're going on to something else. Because here's the thing. With Brett, he was offered a nice contract with WCW.
Correct.
WWE had the chance to match it. For some reason, they didn't. So he was going to move on. He was going to go from WWE to WCW. And what you're supposed to do is if you're the champion, you're supposed to drop the title so that someone can take it from there, and then you go do whatever your thing and right off into.
Because it wouldn't make sense for the WWE to let his title, the champion, go. Come on, you gotta
lose it,
right?
And
relinquish it.
You go on and do your own thing. But he did not want to.
My issue with that though is they told him, and he was my favorite, by the way. I have eras it's the Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart, Stone Cold, and then I quit watching. But Bret Hart for the longest was my favorite. And when you watch, what's that show? That channel you guys would know, that one channel that shows all those
Amy.
No, it wasn't maybe Amy, but they had all these. They had all the big storylines.
That's A&E.
Okay. Well, you get to see they all told him yep, you're gonna win. But then Vince was like, no, you're gonna win.
Well,
Sean.
they told him that they had already asked him to lose,
and he said no.
He didn't want to lose,
right.
plus because it was in Canada.
Yeah, but even that's a spit in the face, right?
But nobody leaves winning.
So you understood with John Cena completely.
Yeah. No,
if this was sports betting, you would have put it all on the other man.
Montreal Screwjob. He was the one being difficult in that situation.
Yeah.
He was not playing.
Now, is that when he smacked McMahon?
Yes.
Spit on him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spit on him,
And
punched
smacked him. Yeah, in the backstage.
So obviously they did what they did in order to, because they didn't want to have the situation where he showed up on WCW with a
championship belt,
belt, because that's what happened.
Power
with Ric
move,
Flair.
right?
Ric Flair took the belt from WCW and showed up on WWE with it. He showed up with the belt. You're like, oh my God. It's almost like
power move, right?
Yeah.
We run, y'all.
They did not want that to happen.
Now, Martin Moreno's giving me Jimmy Fly Suka vibes.
Nice. Right? I auditioned.
Oh, I
actually auditioned to play him.
I've seen Martin take some dives.
Dude, I had to take off my poncho, bro, because it's cold outside, but it got toasty in here, bro.
Yeah.
Shit, I found myself
sweating. Is hot, baby.
Hey, bro, we're in church, bro. I'm sweating in church.
Trip out on this, though. Martin actually auditioned to play Captain Lou Albano for the Rock show.
No.
Yeah.
The Rock has a series.
They had me on hold, actually. I did kind of good, I guess.
Oh,
yeah, they had me on hold.
Man.
I did the whole chingadera with the hair, with the beard. I had a beard back then.
The rubber band on the face.
I want to say this from the jump, man. You see the evolution of Martin Moreno, right? This is the best version that we've seen, period. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Don't cut
Hysterical.
the hair. Bro, take the shirt off. This is fucking.
You know, it's funny that you
say that. The best version.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it took a long time for Martin to get this comfortable in his skin, where this is him, 100%. When I first met Martin, he had a lesbian haircut and a leather jacket.
I seen it all.
Okay,
I did a deep dive on you today, and I saw the evolution.
I was a few weeks away from being a they. Okay. It's funny because you mentioned I Need a Freak podcast, right? Mm-hmm. And I just did this podcast, in the desert at a clothing optional resort.
Oh, I
is where we
know.
were. I don't know if you knew that.
It was on my agenda before Fluffy got here. Oh, I know.
Okay. So, and you said keep taking off your shirt.
Oh, I know.
I said this. I put out a thing the other day. I said I hate coming soon. I hate people that say, "Hey, I can't tell you what it is, but coming soon," and they just keep teasing you with this coming fucking soon.
Tonight I'm gonna be like, "Tell me soon." Biggest episode of On Wax Podcast.
But it's not coming soon. This Friday. Well, let me just back up a little bit. A while back, I was on stage talking about how I am now an Instagram model. Because there's a lot of models out there and they're not like the models that we're used to.
Correct.
Now there's body positivity models, there's thick models, there's plus size models.
Polar bear.
Yeah, nice. But, you know, and it's a movement that's out there and
For
women dominate that movement,
Absolutely.
you know? And so I said, well, shit, I could be a model. And then I started taking, you know, actually Gabriel was the first person to take my first half naked picture. We were here in Texas. We were in.
Hey, how is it?
Hold on. We were in New Braunfels.
So when did y'all link? No, I'm
We were
kidding.
in New Braunfels, staying at this pad. We did a 1 month residency over at the Moody, right?
Okay.
During
In Austin,
2021, yeah. And so we was it the Moody? No.
The Tobin.
The Tobin.
Tobin, okay.
Sorry, the Tobin. And so we're at this house, and it was the 4th of July, and there was an American flag. And so I kind of like covered myself with it. And I said, hey, man, take a picture of me on the swing. So he took a picture of me and I posted it. It got a shit ton of interaction, way more than anything else. And I'm like, wait a minute, why am I trying to be creative? So I started taking more pictures half naked, right?
Oh, for sure.
And then I started doing promos like that. I'd be in the shower. I said, hey, tell my girl, hey, film me in the shower. Hey, I'm going to be at the such and such, blah, blah, blah. But because I had seen a bunch of girls post bikini pictures and then scroll for a surprise. And I'm like, you know, I want to see a surprise. So I'll fucking scroll and I'll scroll. And it's like, catch me at the Comedy Store. Catch me. And I'm like, oh, this bitch, right? So then I started posting pictures of me and my chones, scroll, and then they scroll. And it's like, hey, I'll be at the blah, 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 blah.
You gave me an idea of how I'm going to promote the episode.
Oh, dude. And so I kept
Take everything else off, bro.
I kept doing this. I kept doing this and posting it and talking about it on stage. And so what I did when I saw Polar Bear had a calendar, I said, oh shit, I'm going to make a calendar. And when I took the shots for my calendar, I made sure to include everything that I like, right?
Nice.
I like beautiful women.
Yes.
I like tequila.
Yes.
And I like marijuana.
Kinda.
All right. And so I said, I want all this included in my photo shoot. And I did a photo shoot with a lot of beautiful women. And I'm half naked in all the pictures. For March, the stripper is me, and the girls are putting money in my little freaking Tarzan tanga. And how
do we get it?
So it'll be available, not coming soon. I got it this Friday, and I'll send you a link that you could put.
Well, it would already be out now, technically. This comes out Wednesday, so.
Oh, perfect. This comes out,
Next
so it'll be out now. It's out now. And I will say that the February page is alternative picture, because for Valentine's Day, the picture that I had, the calendar people thought it was too risque to print.
Oh.
And so what it is a play on an art piece by a French artist called The Cursed Woman. And The Cursed Woman, I made my own version and I called it The Blessed Martin, because there's nothing cursed about that image. That image is a beautiful freaking image, but they thought that it was too risque and they wouldn't print it. So what I did is I got myself a freaking top-notch printer and I'm printing the picture and I'm including it with the calendar, and I'm going to sign the picture and put it in the calendar. Hey, I'm not stirring up shit.
Let's go.
Dude, so The Cursed Woman is a woman floating in air, and she's got a dude on her tit, a dude on her mouth, and a dude on her, right between her legs. And I did the same thing, but I don't have dudes. I have chicks around me, and there's nothing cursed.
That's
it's called the
fucking
Bless Martin.
awesome.
And so that picture will be added to
That's fucking
to your
awesome.
chingadera. But yeah, it was a blast.
Fluffy,
there
we next?
Yeah, there it is. There it is on the bottom right there.
Oh my God.
Okay, you gonna show it?
Hold on. This is glasses.
Well, that's not Martin, okay?
No, that's not me. This is, but I
that's where-
replicated that.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have any on your phone?
Come on, baby. Give us an exclusive.
One teaser.
One
One
teaser.
Teaser.
Fluffy's the fucking guy, man.
One
see.
teaser.
I got-
And no,
I
I'm
got
not
one
doing
teaser.
a calendar. Let me just be clear.
Let's see here. I got one teaser for you.
Oh my
But yeah, I forgot about that. He did ask me to take that picture. I'm like,
That's fucking great.
We are really close.
Would you guys consider yourself best friends? 25 years?
Soulmates, not best
I
friends.
actually
Best friends
consider
come
him
and go.
family. I consider him
I mean,
family.
at this point, right.
Best
No,
friends
seriously,
come
though.
and go. Like Martin and I, we've seen each other at our best, at our worst.
Absolutely.
We've highs, lows, great days, fucking arguments, you name it. And, no one knows me better.
Right.
Family members don't know me better.
That's
Like
fucking.
blood.
I
doesn't
fucking
know
love
me
that.
better.
I love that.
So we've been on the road forever. And he's
I can't. I
if
literally.
anybody needs to write the book when I'm gone, it's Martin.
All right, here's a teaser.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Can I show it?
Yeah. Please.
Oh, can you airdrop it?
Oh, shoot. Okay. Better zoom in on that. I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah. So now there's that's a picture of me solo, but most of them I'm surrounded by beautiful women, and it is an awesome because nobody wants to just see me,
Right.
They want to see me with beautiful women.
And speaking of that episode with I Need a Freak podcast,
Yes.
you specifically said, I name dropped it. You hear me, baby? You specifically said, I don't care about looks anymore. I want personality, right?
Yes. I want somebody
you'd
that's
have
not a
to
bitch.
have a really good personality to be giving you the green light to be doing these things. Like she doesn't care at all that you're making these calendars. doing these things.
So for that picture with the cursed woman, for the Blessed Martin, she positioned the women. Yeah.
What's her name? Martin's girl.
Yeah. Martin's girl, Chiqui.
The blessed woman.
The blessed
The
woman.
blessed woman.
Blessed
Listen, you have to be a special person to put up
For
with the shit that
sure,
I do. But
yeah.
you know what? I when I met her, I told her straight out, like, listen, you just got here.
Right.
I've been on this planet for a long time, and I've met a lot of people, both men and women, that are friends. And there's a lot of women that are more than friends.
Absolutely.
And they've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
It's not fair that they have to go away just because you showed up. You just got here. They've put in years.
Wow.
They've put in years of freaking licking my freaking nalgas.
Guys, don't try that at home.
You know?
It's not going to work every time.
Well, but here's the thing. I think that, you know what? I think that what happens is when you get tired of getting caught,
Yeah, exactly.
when you get tired of bullshitting,
You're blunt.
You're over it, bro. You get to a point where you're like, I'm done. Like all my life I cheated. And most dudes have cheated. And I'm not trying to
Most
throw everybody
people
under the bus.
have
Most
cheated. Right,
most people, yes.
Equal.
And I think that you get to a point where you're like, this is too hard. Like, I'm not going to bullshit you. Like, they're not going away.
Right.
They're not going to, it's not like they're all of a sudden going to become more important, but they're not going to become less important because you're here.
Absolutely.
And when I go to their town, chances are if they want to blow me, I'm going to let them.
There you go.
Why would I? Well, they've been doing it. Why is it going to change?
No, for
It's
sure.
not going to change my feelings for you. And I know that sounds like, oh my God. Listen, people tell me all the time, Martin, you're just jaded. You're this. I'm not jaded. I've just seen it. I've seen it too many times in my personal life and in other people's life that when they're going through stuff, I look at it and I'm like, oh, you dumb motherfucker.
Yep.
Like, like, what are you doing?
Yep.
What are you doing? And you're going to get caught. A, you're going to get caught. Or B, it's too stressful to keep on lying, bro. For sure. When chicks slide into my DMs, I'm so paranoid now of people setting me up for something, you know? I always think, oh, this is a setup. This chick is, I don't trust anybody. So when they freaking slide in, if I get a titty picture, I'm like, hey, man, I'm going to share it with my girl. And if she's into it, then if you're down to hook up with both of us, then it's all good. And then they're really going to be like, okay, or like, what the fuck are you talking about? Either way, it's a win.
Right.
I didn't know you before this, and if I don't know you,
Weed out the bullshit.
It don't matter. Exactly.
Sorry,
You didn't drop my shit because this shit's getting dope, baby.
Oh.
because we're talking about sinning.
That poster couldn't handle the
Yeah, we're at a church right now.
Hey, you can't, and that's the thing. I think most people say they want the truth, but most people can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth. Yeah.
You know?
I hear you, man. And I think everybody, male or female, whether they want to admit, you're speaking facts, not even opinions. This is all factual. Like you said, they can't comprehend what you're saying is the truth.
Couple things. One, you can't change the person. Once they're a certain way, you either accept them or you don't. But to expect that the person all of a sudden now I'm gonna fix it and now they're not gonna be that way. They're gonna be special just for me.
No. What you see
Setting yourself
Is
up.
what you get.
And to be fair, a lot of times guys and girls, they show up with, you used to have a bit about when you send your a first impression, you send your best representative. You're not sending you. You're not sending
1000%,
you.
right.
You're not sending the real you. You're sending the motherfucker that's groomed and shaved and the freaking pelos are trimmed and you're freaking got the cologne on and it's the best version. But is that the real version? And how long? And it's all happy and let's dance and let's this and it's that. And it's like, how long is that sustainable?
Right.
Is that really you or are you putting on a fucking act?
And people tend to not find out until they either move together or like go on vacation together and they make
drunk together.
yeah.
I was sharing some stories with my
Oh my god.
No, but
I
that's
was gonna
true.
say, I feel like that's a personal
so
story.
true. That's so true. When you
sure.
get loaded, the truth comes out.
Oh man, plenty of times, right?
Oh yeah.
Plenty of times. Before we get you out of there, just a few more questions. Since we're on the San Antonio topic, I'll start with Fluffy. Fluffy, what does San Antonio, like when you think of San Antonio, what does San Antonio mean to you?
It feels very, like I said, it feels very comfortable. No matter where I go in the city, it's just, it feels very familiar. And for someone that's not from here, that's a huge deal because we go anywhere and everywhere and we're always fish out of water. We're always visiting. We're always like, okay, asking questions. What about this or that? Whereas with San Antonio, I'm very comfortable here. I'm very comfortable, whether it's the people, the food, the nightlife, just shoot. I finally learned how to drive on that I-35. So yeah, one day they'll finish it.
People drive on that?
One day. I told Martin, hey, look at one day they'll finish it. Martin goes, they'll never finish it.
I said, no, they're not.
You're probably right. And you got a
Not in
taco
this
under your
lifetime.
name, right? Or like a number, like a menu item under your name at a restaurant?
So there's a restaurant called Lupe Tortilla,
Correct.
which if you're in the San Antonio area, you should be familiar with it. It's a huge chain. They have a dish with my name on it. They call it the Iglesias. Regardless of whatever the food is, the fact that they thought enough of me to put my name on the menu was
That's fucking
incredible.
awesome.
So I think that's pretty sweet.
Now I know I'm
stumbled
not.
on it. I stumbled on it.
And so your whole bit is the truth.
Yes, I stumbled
Oh my God.
on it because I was trying to go to Starbucks, but then the freeway was there was the exit was blocked on the I-35.
Of course.
And so I wound up rerouting and went to a different Starbucks, and then we wound up at the Lupe Tortilla there at the shopping center. Where's La Cantera?
La Cantera.
La Cantera.
Right there around that area. And sure enough, we looked. Oh, you see it? Looked at the menu.
Oh, wow.
And there, right there, there's a
That's
dish called
fucking
the
awesome.
Iglesias. And I was like, oh, what a coincidence! Until I started reading the names under it.
Oh
And then
no!
I'm like, oh shoot! There's Can you read the names of my eyesight?
Yeah,
I'm just blinded.
the Geraldo, the Chong,
Geraldo, the Chong,
the
The Lopez,
the Lopez.
Gaffigan,
Senor
Cheech.
Gaffigan.
the Cheech.
The
So I was
Garcia.
like, I have a feeling that this might actually be.
That's
You know,
fucking
and then I got a
hilarious.
text message from Steve Trevino who he goes,
I
"Are
love
you-
Steve, too.
Are you eating the Iglesias?" And I'm like, "Fool, where you at?" I'm looking around the restaurant for him. He says, "I'm at Lupe Tortilla." I go, "I know you're at Lupe Tortilla." He goes,
But
"No,
where?"
I'm at another one with the owner." And I guess they're always watching the security cameras or whatever. Or the manager said, "Hey, Fluffy's in the house," and so that's why he reached out to me. But I thought that was super cool.
Wow.
Like, to show up here. You show up here and the love is already there. The fact that my name's on a menu in San Antonio, I'm like, are you kidding?
Now, I know I'm not the first person to come up with this. I know I'm not. But in San Antonio, we have Henry's Fluffy.
I know Henry's
Puffy Tacos. Gabriel's.
I've had Henry's Puffy Tacos.
Gabriel's Fluffy Tacos. And you can put whoever the fuck you want on the menu.
It's an idea.
And you're a great guy, and I like trips to Thailand. I can run that hoe for you. Yeah.
You don't know that yet.
By the way, there's ladyboys out there.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Everybody has a different story, man.
Well, but seriously, like, have you ever thought about coming up with a place in San Antonio? Fluffy tacos.
I've had many ideas about restaurants or clubs or just something.
Yeah, I think just like you said alone, when you go to I want to go to Lupe Tortilla just to get your plate, just to like post on Instagram, like, oh look, I got the plate. Like, you could have a restaurant full of menu items with your custom people. You could have like your comedy special on the back, Not Your Taco Tuesday this Tuesday. You could literally have open mics on certain days. You can have drink specials you have such a big opportunity right here in San Antonio to make it where like it's not like a second, because I still think of you as LA, right? Like, this right here could be a staple of why you are San Antonio. And I know like I've been thinking about these things, but I'm like, man, like this to me is like a great opportunity for you guys to like make other comics, maybe make it by LOL, right? So like other comics come and eat at your restaurant and tag that they're there. I'm thinking of all these different things. I'm like, man, this would be a great opportunity. Especially, I don't know if the puffy tacos would be like this motherfucker, but the fluffy taco, and you put whatever toppings you want on your dream taco, I think I'm onto something
Your
here.
dream taco.
I feel like you want this more than I do.
We want this together.
You know what I mean, bro?
Bro, your visualization game is on point today, bro.
I'm just saying.
Your passion is
This guy read The Secret last month.
Hey,
Motherfucker, manifest this shit.
let's go. Revolving
Hey, when you
doors
got
or
me
whatever
here,
you say.
hey, keep putting that energy out there. You'll probably see a fluffy taco.
Let's go. I'm gonna be the GM in that bitch, you know. I just think it's a good idea.
And when I do the fluffy taco, I'll reach out to you and be like, you made it happen.
Or you
Yeah,
could put me
you have
as
the
a menu
on-wax
item.
taco.
You could put me as a menu item. That's all I ask. The on-wax drink or something, the margarita. Make it green or some shit. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I think it'll be a cool opportunity. I think we'll figure it out. All right, Martin.
Sí, señor.
When you think of San Antonio, it was a loaded question, but I didn't want to give you two loaded questions. So I'll give it to Martin. You come from LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just seems to me like there's a lot of tension when it comes to LA and Texas. You guys, to be fair, I'm not even kidding. Like, you guys are kind of making it a little bit easier for LA and Texas to like collaborate with each other. But like Concrete, like, right, he was so cool about it. But Duno was like, fuck no, your fucking food's trash and da-da-da-da-da. It's like, come on.
Don't care.
No, he went in. And these guys got mad. It's like, why didn't you stick up for Texas? I was like, I'm trying to play my part. But for like you guys,
It's so political, man.
I'm trying.
You gotta be really careful and tread lightly.
Bro.
You guys come from what we think is like uncharted territories, right? And you come with the purpose, and like, I come in peace, and like you open up these doors. Now that you're here, you've stayed here since 2021. It's almost 2026. What do you think about San Antonio? How can you and you can chime in whenever you want to, because this is the part B. How do you compare it to California? What's like the pros and cons of both? Is there anything in California you're like, man, I'm glad that I got this opportunity to move here, but I really miss this? Or like, man, Texas, San Antonio's been dope.
First of all, I don't compare the two. I think that's great. Like, it's almost like when you're in a
for it.
it's like when you're in a relationship and you try to compare the person that you're with to the person you were with, or they're comparing you to the person. Everything is brand new. And when I go somewhere, I look at it as this is a brand new slate. I'm not bringing in whatever the hell I brought. Whatever I had
Not
there,
baggage, but
I'm not bringing it. I'm not bringing it with me. This is a different place with different customs, with different traditions, different politics for sure. the which is the number one thing. And I think that when you talk about the big clash, I think it's the fear that a lot of old school Texans have.
Oh, California, my Texas.
Correct. They think that we're trying to come here and
California, my Texas.
turn this into a blue state.
Absolutely,
per se.
right.
I don't think that's not my intention. Is there people here with that intention? Maybe. I don't know. I can't speak for every Californian that has moved to Texas, but for me personally, I know what I left behind. My heart and will always love Los Angeles.
For sure.
You know, when I hear I love LA, that resonates with me. Being at a Dodger game and hearing that song, we were at the Rams game the other day, the Rams won, and they played that song. You know, that song, when they start talking about the streets, those are streets that I drove through my whole life, you know, being at the beach, going to the restaurants, doing all that. But with that said, that's a chapter in my life that is California has changed and Los Angeles has changed. And the problems that are there, you know, are problems that are plaguing many major cities in the United States. We travel all across the country. Never have I seen the level of homeless, drug addiction, and desperation on the streets as there is right now. And when you see it magnified to the point that it is in Los Angeles, and it starts affecting your day to day, and you're realizing just how much time you're spending in traffic. Like we bitch about the traffic on the 35, but it's nothing compared to the traffic out there. It's like literally, you guys have it good, you know? Right. And so I don't compare it, and I look at Texas as almost like a refuge, you know, like almost like, holy shit, I got my life back. I'm not stuck in traffic for 3 hours trying to get somewhere.
For sure.
I'm not spending this amount of time driving. I'm not paying $5 for gas. I'm not getting ripped off at the grocery store. There's a lot of pluses. There's a lot of pluses there.
Right.
But I'm not going to compare the two. I will say this. The food is definitely, California has a lot, especially Los Angeles, has a lot more options than you have in Tex. The Tex-Mex is just, it's all there is. That's all there is.
My major question.
Don't tell me In and Out and fucking.
No.
All right.
Okay, well, hold on real quick.
You're
Because that's
My major question is, I know what we have is called Tex-Mex technically, but the menu items alone, I know like the enchiladas are different, right? Like, but the menu items alone, like for the most part, it's Mexican. We just have a different style.
Oh, chalupa. You just said chalupa. The first thing you said is that guy asked you for a chalupa. To me, I've never heard of chalupa until Taco Bell.
Chalupa is the girl in the loteria.
Yeah, correct.
There you go. La
chalupa. Yeah. Like that to me, a tostada, I've never heard it called a chalupa, first of all.
So was the food a big you had to adapt to the Tex-Mex?
100%.
Okay.
For me, it's not Mexican food.
See, that's to me that sounds crazy, but I've never lived there. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Mexican food is way different than Tex-Mex.
But everybody knows that though. You know what I mean? I
don't think he knows that.
What?
Yeah, he just thought that it's all the same.
Hold on, this is a plug. Can you mind if I plug?
All the vacation places you want to go to is like you know.
Do you have more wine?
No, I don't. I got Hennessy though. You want a shot of Hennessy?
No.
Listen, check out the Chingo Bling episode below. I think Chingo Bling referenced this argument really well. He just said, he's from Texas though, but he also said like, you know, in Mexico, they're probably laughing at the California Mexican food as you guys are laughing at us. He's like, there's just different variations of Mexican food. It is what it is. And I like that answer. So that's the answer that I'm going to roll with.
You said wrong.
Okay, so you gotta, the way I see it is like this. Okay, the pure 100% obviously is Mexico.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Then you go up to California, Los Angeles. So everything in California, all right, that's the next tier as far as.
But we're also connected.
Yeah, well,
correct.
Yeah, and then you start going east. And then it just little by little changes until you get to Texas, and then it's just you guys added queso. Yeah, so it's like
That's
and
what
then
we
it's
got.
like, okay, and so if you try to go to Mexico from here, there's a huge
It's
change,
complete
but then
different,
you
right.
Go slowly. Yeah.
Okay, so
different.
just because Hooter said this, I didn't want to go this route.
shit.
No,
Okay.
I didn't want to go this route.
I love it. Hooter said.
Yeah, I
Hooter
didn't
said-
want to go this route.
Hooter said.
The old Hooter said.
Hey, Hooter, you said this shit, man. He was shitting
Okay. Mm-hmm.
on Whataburger.
Okay.
Like, have you guys had it enough times to be like, it's not in and out, but it's still good? Or you're just not a Whataburger fan at all?
So I think for me, speaking as a, a professional,
Correct.
a calorie consumer, I feel like with In-N-Out, to compare it to Whataburger, I feel like should be compared more towards like Jack in the Box, because
Okay.
I feel like there's so many menu options.
I love Jack.
You know what I mean? They're both 24 hours. They both have a breakfast menu. They both have different types of burgers, the spicy, the barbecue, the whatever.
Chicken strip
Whereas
sandwich or
with
whatever, right?
In-N-Out, it's very specific. It's a burger and that's it. So I feel like In-N-Out should be more compared to like the good argument there would be In-N-Out or Five Guys.
There you go.
That's
Okay,
more of
right.
like a comparable.
Okay, I hear that.
One has a hot dog, one doesn't, but you know,
I hear no, that's perfect
you know what I'm
argument,
saying?
right?
So
It's like
It's
arguing different generations of the NBA, or they just don't. You can't. They're not the same.
but the problem is people want to compare like have that argument because of what's the most popular.
Right.
Whataburger clearly is the more popular one in Texas.
Correct.
In-N-Out's the more popular one in California. But if you want to go, what does it say, tit for tat? You got to compare apples to apples.
I think the burger itself, the hamburger, the In-N-Out burger is better than the.
Okay, I respect that. And Fluffy,
I'm not going to say anything because I want to sell tickets here.
hey, you have a show on the 31st.
But can we all agree that HEB is the greatest grocery store in the world?
HEB is a great grocery store.
HEB kills it.
No, the
Kills it,
greatest.
100%. All day.
All day.
All day.
Yes,
I'll give you that.
definitely.
I will give you that.
HEB destroys
100%.
everything.
All right, last.
I'm not even going to debate that.
Last question for
You
Martin.
can buy
I know,
brisket and furniture at HEB.
and like DVDs at one point, right?
Oh,
you can buy
dude.
food
Yeah.
and something to fall asleep
And you
on.
got white women slanging tamales up and down the aisles during the holidays, which is the best. Tamales.
Tamale.
Yeah.
Martin,
the
before you
best.
get out of here, I think this is a question that I just wanted to ask you as a father. How do you feel about Hooter being a comic? To me, I'm a father of a son as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I was a comic and he followed suit and went the same path as me, I would feel ridiculously proud, because to me that means like he puts me as a pedestal. Like, this is who I want to be like. This is who I want to grow up to be like. I never talked to him about this, but as a father, how do you feel about Hooter following suit? Because did he at one point said that you didn't want him to be a comic?
Not that I didn't want him to be a comic. He had expressed, you always want your kid to go to college. You always want your
Correct.
kid to do better than you. You always want, and you know what? To a fault, I think that I put a lot of value into college. I think that college is a good tool when used properly. I think that in today's world, we're getting a lot of people into some serious debt by going to college, and they're coming out behind the 8 ball when they get out of college. They're hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt.
Right.
There's no jobs for them, and they're kind of fucked. A lot of people that are going to college, a lot of their shit's been replaced by AI.
That's great,
and,
yeah.
and so I'm extremely happy that he is following his passion and doing what he loves. And I love that he did it at a way younger age than I did.
Right.
I think he's very funny. I think he works hard at what he's doing. And I'm extremely proud of it. I don't think there was ever a time where I didn't want him to do anything or not do anything. I think I always respected him as a human being, and I'll support whatever it is that he wants to do. When I was coming up, my mother was my biggest fan no matter what I did. Years ago, I filmed one of the first DVDs I filmed was a thing called Latino Comedy Fiesta. And they asked me, tell me about your mom. And I said, my mom is if I told my mom I wanted to go into outer space, she would tell me, take a jacket, mijo, it's cold up there. Because that's how much she believed in anything that I wanted to do. And that's what I want to do for my son, my grandkids, anybody that's in my life. I want to support them for whatever. I don't care what it is that they want to do. And if he finds, and the reality is he grew up around this shit. Correct. He was hanging around with Gabriel and Joey Diaz and Willie Barcena and Felipe Esparza when he was like freaking 9 years old, dude. The kid was around the shit. He was my designated driver as I left the improv when he was 14, 15 years old, like he didn't have a license. Like, hey, you drive because I'm wasted, right. And
Little League uniform.
Yeah. So I had him around. I never sheltered him. I always showed him what everything was. I never hid anything from him. So he saw this world, and it is a very seductive world. It's Correct. A very, it's grimy and it's hard, and there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but it's also the happiest I've ever been in my life. And if he can be happy with it and pay the bills, then I'm beyond happy and grateful that he's doing it.
Seriously, that's beautiful. 2 more things, I'll get you out of here.
No, this the long goodbye over here.
No, this is two of the wrap ups. Number 1,
we're gonna be the parking lot.
Just
one more thing, bro. Say it into the phone.
2 more things.
It's a 5-part question.
This is 2 more things. I'm gonna give you the floor on the last one, by the way. Number 1. Martin, you mentioned it. I wanted to get you on since January. This has been a long goal of mine. I told you gave me goosebumps when I saw you perform the Nacho Taco Tuesday. You've opened up doors in San Antonio for even people like me that just got content out of it from being in attendance, right? So that's number 1. I've had the opportunity to interview and talk to Hooter. I would like to say we're friends now. We talk all the time about Puerto Rico. He's been in Puerto Rico, Mexico City, UFC. We have a lot in common. I'm a little upset I didn't get the wedding invite, but maybe on your second wedding. No, I'm kidding. I'm a big fan of Hooter as well. But it started with you.
Epic wedding, by the way.
I know.
Epic wedding.
That shit lasted a week.
So I know. Well, it started with the Nacho Taco Tuesday, which is crazy, right? God. So if you missed that show, you fucked up, and I was in attendance. But Martin, man, for one, you mean a lot to me. Thank you so much, Fluffy.
I don't mean a lot to you. I feel this chair.
No. I didn't know.
Handheld fucking microphone.
It was a shot. Listen, it was a shot in the dark when I asked Fluffy to get on. Obviously, right? Like anybody that's not Fluffy could understand. It was a shot in the dark to even ask, right? I briefly mentioned it on the Hooter episode, and he was like, bro, keep me the fuck out of it. And I was like, okay, whatever.
A neighbor knows better.
So, Fluffy, the even the thought that you responded meant a lot to me. And you said it best. Like, you didn't want to get my hopes up. You said, I'm busy, dude. I might get to you later down the year. We'll see. The fact that you're here right now, both of you guys, means a lot to me because I've had this podcast now for over 6 years. It's a passion. It's something that I work for. It's something that I've been trying to grow, something that means a lot to me. The fact that I have you guys in this seat means a lot. I started this episode with it. I'm going to end it. 2026, you were on my guest list. I knew you were coming, but you guys both mean the world to me. You guys both are inspiration, motivation, all of the above, man. Thank you, Fluffy, for joining me. And now the last thing, December 31st, December 31st, LOL Comedy Club. You have 2 shows, not one, but 2 shows to close out the year. Talk to me about the show. How did you get 2 shows? Why that date? Why people should come? LOL Comedy Club. Just talk to me about the show in general.
The last show that I did there, one of the managers came up and he said, "Hey man, we've been doing these Tuesday shows for a while now." He goes, "Extremely happy with them." And I'm thinking to myself, he's going to tell me that's it. It's over, right? That's it. Good, nice run, bro. And he goes, "But would you like to do a weekend here?" I go, "Dude, I'd love to do a weekend." And he goes, "Let me make some phone calls." And the next thing I know, a few days later, I get a call from one of the bookers for the clubs that they're a chain with, which is a lot of the improv clubs. And it's a text message actually that says, "Hey, who do I talk to about getting you in for a New Year's Eve show on the 31st? And I was like, holy shit. Like it went from, we're going to give you a weekend to now we're giving you New Year's Eve. And, I was absolutely just floored by that because, if you heard me on I Need a Freak, I take everything and I try to keep as grounded as possible. You know what I mean? Like I know that a lot of the love that I give is thanks to Gabriel. A lot of I hardly have any material out there, but there's a story that he told about picking me up in the hood, and he says Martin, and I got people screaming my fucking name across the planet, bro. And the love that they show me both at the Fluffy shows and at the shows that I do on my own. And so this is the first time, as long as I've been doing comedy, that a club has given me New Year's Eve. And for San Antonio, LOL, to do that, really, like Gabriel said, it cements the fact that this is where I'm meant to be. They usually pick comics that they know are going to deliver a good show. And so if you look across the country, in the comics that are working on New Year's Eve, it's a privilege to work on that day, And so I was extremely I hate using the word, but I'm going to say it, fucking humbled by it. And it meant the world to me that they did that. And so I'm going to go out there and give San Antonio the best show that they can possibly get. And we're going to leave 2025 in the past, and we're not going to dwell on that bullshit. And we're not going to be like Freud and fuck that. We're not going to take any of that. We're going to focus on 2026, and we're going to make 26 the best 2026 that we can. And it's going to start on the 31st.
Talk your shit.
At the LOL Comedy
Talk
Club
your shit.
in San Antonio.
Let's go.
Link below or above. I don't know where. There's a link.
It's the podcast. Martin Moreno, Fluffy.
Hey, no. One more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing. See how you like it. Hey, since I was on the wish list for 2026 and I showed up now in 2025, that I already
No, I'll be DMing you in January.
I'm not clear for 26.
I'm DMing you in January, man. It's been an absolute pleasure for both of you guys. I'm going to try to be in attendance on the 31st. I'm a big fan of both of you guys. I know I'm a small fish in a big pond, but whatever the saying is. But if any way I can help, I know Hooter sends me some flyers. Anything I can do to help you guys out, I'm willing to help you guys out. This has been an absolute blessing, life-changing opportunity. Thank both of you guys.
Also, there's a show on the 25th.
I'm not talking about it.
Okay, all right. Never mind.
Ew.
Coming soon.
All right, we'll see y'all in early January.
But thank you guys so much, man. This has been an absolute pleasure. I love both of you guys. Room for both of you guys. On Wax Podcast, Martin Moreno, Fluffy. We're out of this motherfucker. 2026 is going up, baby. Let's go.
Feliz Navidad.
Woo! Thank you.
Feel that.
Hey yo, it's your boy J-Hen, and I got some very exciting news for you guys. If you guys like to have fun and you like to gamble, and maybe you can't always afford to go to Vegas, don't worry about it. I got you covered. If you're in the San Antonio area, you must visit Rustler's Club, located off 410 and Ingram Road. Follow them on Instagram for more information at Rustler's Club SA, and let them know On Wax sent ya.